So I drive by these stoplights a bunch of times a week, and every time I go by, it drives me insane, and my OCD kicks in. There is not one light that is set the same level as any of the others. I think they do that just to irritate people like me. Hey, new camera day. Okay, so what, since I've got this thing back in the shop, I've got to address some major minor issues with the truck. The biggest thing is before I really start working on anything, I need to address a couple things that are really gonna affect me down the road, because right now I got problems with both doors, and problems to the point where if something happens, I might not be able to get into this truck. Like, I will have to literally take apart the door or pry and do some damage or something like that. So I have to address these issues. Right now, this door will open, but something very minor, but when you turn the lever on the outside, this is how it operates. And obviously this lever here is attached to the back of that door handle out there. If I could set my camera down here, I'd show you what's going on, but there we go. So obviously this will pop off right now because there was a screw in here. Put it back on here real quick, one-handed, a little tough, but there was a screw on here and the head broke off, and there's a screw and a washer that held everything together. So when you slam this door enough, this can pop off and you lose function of the passenger side door. So on my last video, when we got this thing cranked up and moved back into the shop, I told you guys that I had to crawl over to the driver's side door because the driver's side was messed up too. Well, it is, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. Same handle over here, but this rod here, there we go. Okay, this rod here connects to the back of this door handle. This door handle is operational right now, but there's a little lever in here that also operates this handle here. However, when I sit and use the outside door handle right now, it's not connected to anything. So, very easy. I'm guessing it's probably just a pin, like a little cotter pin that I have to put in up there that to reattach that. But something very small that could really limit me from getting into the truck. So, I do need to address those. The other thing I need to address is the cab jack. I've been saying for episode after episode after episode that I need to check or put more oil in the cab jack. I also noticed that I'm leaking out of the top of the cylinder here when I start to pump. There's a seal in there. I don't know if I can tighten that up. I'm assuming it needs a new seal, but I need to address that and I need to go through that. As you guys have seen, when this thing is cold, it needs ether pretty bad. So now that I found the ether cartridge, I should be able to just go get a new ether cartridge, make sure, and get that up and running again. But obviously I need to go through the wiring, make sure the wiring all works, all that kind of stuff. Make sure it's safe, because the last thing I want to do is let that stick on and end up burning down the motor. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going to work on today, because I need to get this stuff done before I start tackling big stuff. So let's get to it. Let's start with the easy one first. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is just an issue of probably a cotter key in there, or cotter key or cotter pin up there. I believe, you know, I can see it right now. So if I hold the light, if you see this pin right here, and you can see there's a little hole in there. This rod here, I believe, goes right up, maybe not. There, maybe? No, I think that's the door lock. Actually, I think it goes in this one. Yeah, goes in that one up there. So if you can see up there, that's where the rod goes. So I'm probably gonna end up pulling this whole panel off just to see what we got behind there and kind of work from there. And that way I'll show you guys my problem that I have with my window track and everything too. I got an issue there I got to deal with. So okay, gotta stop saying okay. Okay, I got the okay, I got the window track out, or I'm sorry, the door latch mechanism and the window track out, the regulator and everything like that for the window. This is supposed to be attached to the bottom of the window, and I'll show you how that works. I think I might tack weld that back in, but I want to worry about this right now. Obviously, this is the pin that lost the cotter key, so it's going to be a very easy fix for that to be fixed. But while I'm here, I might as well lube up this door latch here, because it's obviously a little sticky. Get that nice and cleaned out, lube that up. Might as well fix this window now that I'm here. Let me pull that piece off and I'll show you what I mean, since they've got a convenient little cotter or key pin in there. Bottom track of the window here is a little metal piece that's pinched onto the window glass. I might as well pull the window glass out while I'm down here too, get that all cleaned up, clean up the bottom here that you can never reach when it's in the door. But this piece here is supposed to be welded right here, right here. And obviously the spot welds have been eaten away by rust. So what I need to do is I need to repair this and or tack this along the edges so it's attached again to fix that window so it'll work up and down. But while I'm this far apart and got everything torn out, I might as well pull that glass out, get all that stuff cleaned up so it's real nice, maybe pull this off and repinch it back on there again, and maybe even flip it around is what I might do. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And get that back attached on there like it's supposed to be. To give you guys a look, the window here is held in, obviously in this window track. This side's solid, this side here doesn't go anywhere. But this side you can pull out this little strip of aluminum here, and that's what holds the bottom of this window track in. So once I pull this strip of aluminum out, I should be able to just fold this window right out, pull it out, get it all cleaned up. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, I've kind of looked this thing over and I'm really hesitant of taking this thing off because I don't know if I'll get it back on there. I don't want to break the window doing it. It's always something I can tackle later on. And this stuff's a little cold after sitting in the truck for a while, but this stuff's like the best window cleaner in the world. I really don't want to take that track off there because I don't want to mess it up. any more than it is. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tab and I'm just going to tack weld it back on there on the edges, around the edges. And I'll make sure that when I'm using the window and everything like that, I just won't reef on it too hard. Okay, like I said, this bracket, you can see this little tab here. I'm not sure. Let me pull you off of here. See, there's a little tab here on the bottom of the track. If you notice, like, there's a slot here in this bottom bracket. It lines right up with that track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tack in here. Just tack in along this edge and along where there's a little bit better metal up here. Even though it's really not all that great, I'm going to try to tack in as much there and try to tack in a little slot here and here. This is not the right way to fix it. I know it's not the right way to fix it. And I'm sure there's probably people that are going to say I can buy this part from 4 States or Rainey's or whatever. But I don't want to wait for it. I just want to throw it in. I can always replace it later. I'm not worried about it. So I know the regulators and everything like that for this truck. Most of the doors, just about everything on those doors, are all the same as the 359. So the parts are there, they're all out there, and I can get them. So I'm not worried about it right now. I just want to get it functioning and working so I can get in and out of the truck. I know this is kind of hashed, but let's kind of see what we can do here. One of the only things I like about winter is you don't have to, it's really easy when you're welding. You can just throw stuff out in the snow and cool it off. Don't look pretty, but it's got about 5-6 good tacks on it. Pretty sturdy, should hold it pretty well. A lot better than it did before. It just had one little tack there and one little tack there, and that's the only thing that held it on. So we'll get her thrown back in the truck, wipe this water off so it doesn't keep rusting, but honestly I don't think we're going to be able to stop the rusting. It was metal was so thin here and so thin in through here that you were just melting away the metal before I could even get any kind of bead on there. So should be enough. It's ugly, but it's gonna work. Well, I got the window in. Everything functions fine, works really good. The tracks are actually pretty smooth. I was gonna try to clean them out, but they really didn't need it. So I think we're good there. This wire here is for heated mirrors, so they had to run it through the weather strip. I'm gonna try to find a different way to do that. I'm also gonna try to find a different way to run that CB antenna that they got up there. I don't know if I'm gonna punch a hole through the door or what, but we gotta find a different way because that just ain't cool. So yeah, let's get back to the rest of everything over here, the regulator and the door latch here, and see if we can't get this thing cleaned up and maybe spray some brake cleaner in there and get that all cleaned up, and then get this regulator cleaned up as well. This is kind of where we're getting a little bit of a hang up in this kind of area right here. So I'm gonna get a little of that in there. A little here, a little there, a little everywhere. Not too much. Just enough. How do you know when it's just enough? You'll know. You'll know. When it starts dripping down all over the interior pieces and getting everywhere inside, getting everything greasy and leaving stains on your pants and you're going to town clothes. Yeah, that's when you know it's enough. Let's see. Ooh, that stuff smells nice. Ooh, that works good too. Let's see here. That is super free now. This will just stop binding up on me. I like it. Onto the window regulator here. I think what I'm going to do is just try to wipe off some of the excess grease and everything that's on this as well. This is leaking too. That's awesome. And just kind of re-lube it again with some penetrating oil and just kind of get the slide here nice and slippery. And we'll put her back together. So I got all the parts put in. Everything functions. Or that. This is all pretty worn out too. Here I see. Probably some bushings or something in there. Not sure what. Almost looks like it. This looks like there's something threaded, like a nut in there. Is that? I can't tell. My old eyes. Nope. Anyways, that's kind of worn out too, but door shuts now. It's not shutting tight, so I need to adjust the striker plate out a little bit to make it shut tight. So let's take care of that quick because I don't want to leave anything half-assed. Only full-assed work around this place. Perfect. Give her a good sturdy push and she shuts nice and tight. So that door's fixed. Let's move on over to this door. This one's pretty straightforward. All I have to do on this one is get this all I have to do is get this bolt that's broken out of there, or machine screw that's broken out of there, and hopefully thread another one in. That's going to be interesting though. So first I think I'm going to take the door handle off, and this one's going to be a job that's done on the bench. So well, none of that was recorded, I guess. Well, got the door handle off, so I am going to put it in the vise here and try to work on getting that little screw out of there. That machine screw is busted off out of there. Okay, I got a plan. We're gonna heat the crap out of this. I'm gonna drive that little screwdriver in there. I'm gonna see if I can't get that thing to turn out. If I can get it to turn out, great. If I can't get it to turn out, Then I'm gonna just drill it bigger and we're gonna retap the whole thing. Well, that's awesome. Just broke the screwdriver off in there. Good God. You guys get to see me at my best today. Okay, surprise, I didn't have the right hardware to put the... When I pulled the handle out, I broke the screws off. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but because they were too rusty. And I don't have the right kind of screws. They're like a countersunk head screw. I don't have any that'll work. So I'm just gonna put some ones in here temporary like. And go to the hardware store and pick up the right ones that I need. Okay, I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna put some red Loctite on this. And the reason for that is the threads that I put in, this needs to be cracked open, the threads that I rethreaded in there are a little loose. They're not quite as tight as I really want them to be. So I want to put something a little extra in there so this doesn't end up backing out on me. I don't want to reef on it too much because, like I said, those threads ain't the greatest. So I want to make sure that just stays on there, let that Loctite dry in there. Should glue it up pretty tight. Okay, this door here isn't as, obviously isn't as used as, or isn't used as much as the other door. This handle was actually, the mechanism and everything was actually pretty decent. So it was actually operating fairly well. I'll show you how it works when you use the outside handle. Sorry for moving you around so much. Everything works well there. Let's see how the door shuts. I'm assuming I'm probably going to need a little bit of adjustment on this one too. Oh, okay. If I slam the hell out of it, I can get it to latch. Actually, it's not bad now. I'll take it. Everything's stuck here, working good here. This one's got, if you saw in the earlier video, this one's got air operated window here. I'm probably gonna pull this one apart one day and just go through and clean this all up because it's kind of gummy and doesn't really work the way it should. So that's for another day though. Right now I'm just worried about being able to get in and out of this thing and not getting locked out of it. So I'm gonna try to address this. I think right now, first things first, I'm gonna add a little oil to the jack to make, just to see if that's gonna change a whole lot of stuff. And let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure these cabs can jack like 90 degrees over to the point where they're completely forward all the way. I'm just really scared to try that. especially with the jack being low on oil or whatever, or not functioning the way I really think it should, because I'm afraid of just flopping this whole cab over. I'm pretty sure that the cylinders would stop it, but I'm afraid that the seals and everything in the cylinders, after sitting for so long, really aren't up to the task. So if you guys know more about these trucks than I do, I'm sorry, you're not even looking at me, let me know. I'm 99% sure these things are supposed to be made to jack over. You can jack them over 90 degrees. They have a stop on them right here where it has a latch. This piece here will come in and it'll latch and it'll keep the cab from going further over, but I'm sure if I lift that up, you can let the cab go even further forward. The reason I want to know is because I have to take the radiator out, and I have to put new gaskets in the top and the upper and lower tank on it because they're leaking. The top one's leaking anyways. So I want to take that apart. That's going to be a future episode, and fix that. And if I do that, I would really like to get the cab jacked all the way forward. Either that, or I'm just going to have to take the radiator loose, kind of turn it sideways and just take it out the front grill out the front here like this when it's down like this. But either way, we'll figure it out. So let's look at the jack. Pretty sure this here, boy, the guy should be wearing eye protection, shouldn't he? Pretty sure this here that the needle's pointing at is going to be my fill. And I'm assuming these are bleeders for the two valves. Probably wrong, but that's what I'm going to go by. So I'm going to try to pull this out and get some oil added to this thing. Okay, when I unbolted that plug, a lot of oil started coming out, but I did notice that I also had the cab in. There's up, you know, to jack up, neutral, and down. I'm kind of wondering if I put it in neutral, if the fluid will still come out. It might. I don't know. We'll find out. You're gonna find out with me because I know nothing about these things. And it still comes out. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just crack those other ones and see what they do. Okay, so I ultimately ended up adding about 1.5 quarts of oil to the whole system, which, I mean, when you look at the reservoir there, that's probably about 1.5 quarts there. It had enough oil in it, just enough to get it up and get it locked and everything like that, and that's where it would go. The jack was pretty much done at that point, so it was enough to get us to where we are today. But obviously, if we want to keep going in the future, I want to make sure that the jack is functioning as it should. I don't want to go any further over because I have to adjust this bumper down because the cab starts rubbing on the bumper, and at some point in this thing's life it had done that so bad that it actually peeled the bottom cab up, the bottom of the fender there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it actually peeled that up and did some damage. It's the only real damage on the cab is that little peel mark there. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to adjust that bumper down. I'm going to try to get some stainless bolts for it. I like this bumper. It's really not damaged too bad. It's got one good scratch right here. Something hit it. But other than that, it's not bad. It's not really worth getting a new bumper for it. So, well, that's kind of all I got for this video. We're going to continue on here later this week. If I get some time in the evenings to work on this after work. And I'll get the rest of that ether system put on there. I kind of want to go through that whole system step by step because that'd probably be kind of advantageous to people that want to add it to their trucks and their systems. I think it's pretty straightforward, but we'll go through it step by step anyways. There are probably some people that are interested in watching that. We might make a whole video on that whole system itself. So I think this is probably a good place to cut this one off, and we'll go from there. So hope you like the new camera. I hope it wasn't as jittery and shaky as the old one. I hope picture's a little better and sounds a little better. We're gonna keep going and keep going on getting some of the major stuff done in this. I'm really kind of pumped to set them fenders on this thing. However, I might have to go grab a couple other tires to set them on there. And I'm still trying to determine whether I'm going to go with 11R tall tires on here, or if I'm going to go low profile tires on it. I think low profile might be a little cheaper for me to go with. Plus, I think I kind of want the truck a little lower anyways. But 11Rs are kind of the old school look too, so I don't know. I'm kind of torn. If you guys got an opinion on it, let me know what you think. Drop it in the comments there. I love hearing you guys' comments. I love hearing what you guys got to say. Good, bad, the ugly. You see me make a lot of screw ups here. I don't hide my mistakes. I'm, like I said, in my videos a long time ago, I'm no expert. I'm kind of learning as I go, but I'm having fun with it. I hope you guys are too. So stay tuned. Hit subscribe. Hitting subscribe really helps me, and helps me spread the word on the channel. And tell your friends about it, and hit the little bell thing so you know when new videos come up. And if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for watching, and go back and check out some of the old videos. I got a lot of cool stuff on the old videos. The first couple kind of sucked because I was learning the whole system, but they get better as time goes on. So hopefully we're going to keep improving. So we'll catch you on the next one. God bless you guys. See ya.